Hey guys, we're looking here at the equation of a straight line, and we've been asked to identify the slope and the y-intercept and then write the equation of the line in the Cartesian grid below. So here's our line, and we can see 2 points labeled for us. And the first thing I'm going to remind you, the second that we're being asked about the equation of a line, we're always going to go straight to look at y is equal to ax plus b. This is the basic form that we learned about, and I'm going to remind you that that slope is the a and the y-intercept is always the b. So we've been asked for the slope and the y-intercept really because by getting those we're going to go ahead and get that equation. And so to do that we know we need a p1 and a p2, and we're going to have to label some points to achieve that. This point right here, we're going up by ones, as you can see, and so this point here is going to be at 1, 4. And the second point, let's call this our P1. And if we call this our P2, this one will be at 1, 2, 3, 7. So we have a P1 and a P2, and that's going to allow us to calculate the A. So A is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is equal to 7 minus 4 over x2, 3 minus 1. Remembering, it doesn't matter which one is P1 and P2, but once you've labeled them as such, you're stuck with that, right? So this has to be x2, y2 because I called it P2, x1, y1 because I called it P1. That's going to simplify down to 7 minus 4 will be 3, and 3 minus 1 will be 2. And since most of us don't like fractions, we can change that 3 over 2 by dividing out the fraction, and we get 1.5 for the A, or the rate of change. So the next thing we need is the B. Now, you might be tempted, if those of you who remember that, you'll know that the line y equals ax plus b, where it crosses the y-axis, that's our B right over there. The problem is the line doesn't cross perfectly on either 2 or 3. It's somewhere in between. Now it looks like it could be right in the middle, but we can't assume that. We have to, when it's not perfect, we have to go and find it. And the way to find it is algebraically. So I go back to my basic equation of y is equal to ax plus b. And since I'm looking for the b, you'll notice here I have 4 variables, a y, an a, an x, and a b, 4 variables. If I want one of them, I need values for the other 3. And that's the way algebra works, right? If you want one letter, you need all the other letters given to you. And so I want that b, I need a y, an a, and an x. Now I know the a, because I already got it. The question then becomes, where am I going to get this x and this y from? Well, you have a choice. You could either use this x and this y, or you could use this x and this y. And both will work for you, but the thing is you have to make a decision. You can't use this x with this y or this x with this y. They have to go together as an ordered pair. Generally, as a rule, I always use my P1. So you can do that or not, it's up to you. But if you always use the same thing consistently, it decreases the chance of you making a mistake, and should make your work easier. But I'll go ahead and solve this one right now. So y is your 4 is equal to a, which I know is 1.5. X is a 1 plus b. So there's the statement y, right? Substitution, put that 4 in for the y, 1.5 for the a, and 1 for the x, the 1 and the 4. Now I'm going to solve for the b. So 4 is equal to 1.5 times 1 is 1.5. Now I have to subtract 1.5 from both sides. And when I do that, 4 minus 1.5, I'm going to get 2.5 for the b. So the last thing is to put it all together. We can't just stop there because they've asked us to write the equation. So the equation has got to be in this form again, y is equal to ax plus b form. But keep in mind, we found that a and we found that b. So we can rewrite that now as y is equal to 1.5x plus 2.5 for the b.